Hey, my name is Wildzilla, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Rise of the Beast mainline Voyager class rhinox. No, not the Studio Series version. That might be coming soon. I don't know. I kind of want them. But anyway, let's check out his box. A lot of the box are 3D renders and stuff, and, figure shots and all that, but nothing really crazy. It's just a nice box, I guess, and the inside is obviously really nice. But back on track to the actual thing you paid $20 for. Or more, I don't know, I don't care. The painting and sculpting on Rhinox is honestly pretty good. The mechanical details scattered throughout the entire figure is honestly pretty good. Yeah. Especially these little screw things, I don't know, but they're pretty good. Even these little chains look pretty good. And his rhino head, we'll talk more about that later. And his face is pretty good. It's not accurate to the movie, but then again, we only see him for 5 seconds, so whatever. And his horn is sculpted really nicely. It's basic, but it looks good. It's very subtle, and that's what makes it good. And he has mechanical detail in here. Just kidding, that's all hollow. I get it, so it's able to clip in, but when you're pulsing him like this, it's just awkward. Even his rhino feet, arm, hands, whatever, are also pretty good. The overall figure isn't entirely screen accurate. In fact, it's quite the opposite. But he's so enjoyable because he's just so accurate to the original show. Now, let's get into his accessories. All you gotta do is just put the peg in the hole as usual. Same old, same old. The detail on these things are amazing. While it's not the hammer that he has in the movie. Again, it's not movie accurate. It's show accurate mixed with some modern mechanical detail and stuff. And I don't mind it. Plus, it can spin. And that's really his only accessory. Now, let's get into his articulation. Rhinox here has a swivel at the head. Arms can move out. His arms can also click in, but that's more for his rhino mode. We'll get to it. And his arms can move out. He has a tight-ish swivel here, a kind of limiting waist swivel. The kibble kind of gets in the way, but when you move it upwards a little bit, don't. Rhinox can kick up that far and kick back that far. The kibble also gets in the way of that, but even still, not really worth it. He can spread his legs. He has a swivel in his knee section. And he could also do this, but it's on a tab, again, for his rhino mode, but still, it's just there. It's good, though, because it just adds an extra layer of tightness on the guy. And, barely any pivot. And he can toe crunch, but again, more for the rhino mode. We'll get to it. Posability on Rhinox really isn't the worst, but it could have been a lot more. Now, let's get into his transformation. For my fellow viewers who own this figure, and my lucky viewers who own this figure, if you have his horns on his shoulder, you have to put his horns on his rhino head in order for the transformation to work. And it honestly really doesn't look too bad. Until you flip, actually, never mind. The only kibble here is this obvious chest, and if you can count his head if you want, but that's really all the kibble he has. And if you bring back his weapons, you can tap him on into his shoulders. But I kind of like his rhino mode all alone. This rhino also features some posability. He's got a hinge joint at his head, a hinge joint at his mouth, his front rhino legs can move up, and his little baby rhino legs can move a little bit. Posability's not the best, but what do you expect? It's there, and at least they tried. Also forgot to mention rhino tail. But a lot of the mechanical detail passes on from the robot mode onto the rhino mode, while unlocking some new ones. His face is excellently sculpted. He honestly kind of reminds me of the Terminator. And his eyes look amazing. But yeah, not really much more to say. Let's get him to his robot mode, do size comparisons, and final rating. Now we're going to talk about size comparisons. Here he is next to my previous review, the Transformers War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Megatron, Studio Series Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, Legacy RC, Studio Series 97 Air Razor, and last but not least, Legacy Evolution Voyager Class Bulkhead. Now, as a whole, I really do like this figure, even though it is not as movie accurate. So while it does lack in movie accuracy, it's just like it's like if Beast Wars was actually had actually original show accurate models. I know that sentence didn't make sense, but forgive me. But that's about it. That's my review on the Transformers Rise of the Beast mainline Voyager class Rhinox. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.